Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So here we are back at this Yamaha Blaster, and we already started taking off some of the plastics. So we took the gas tank plastic sitting right there. Then we have this front nose plastic that's sitting right here. We already scraped this whole thing. Just gotta sand it down a little bit. Exactly what we're going to be doing today is these plastics. So we got some scraping going on right here, and we got some scraping going on down there. So all we gotta do is scuff it up a little bit. Then we gotta add some of that polish to it. So I already started doing some of the mods to the engine for it to breathe better. I already took off the cap, which is sitting right there. Also, I'll be taking off this end exhaust cap, taking off the baffle, just because I like it like that, and hopefully it'll work just fine. We'll probably have to end up adding a jet, but that's part of the system. Let's go. Alrighty guys, so here we are trying to mix some mix for the plastics. So here we have boiled linseed oil, and it has to be the boiled linseed oil. Also, we'll be using some lacquer thinner. It's a high solvent, medium drying. That basically melts it into the plastic, and this linseed oil actually gives it the shine. So as you can see, the plastics in the background, they look really bad. So we'll go ahead and mix in some of this linseed oil and some of that acetone, or lacquer thinner as some prefer. You can either use acetone or lacquer thinner. We'll do the same. So what do I do? So basically I add, let's say, this much. It doesn't have to be proportional. You can eyeball it. So let's say that much. Now you want to add at least twice as that much. So if we added it about, let's say, what is that, 2 ounces or half a cup, we'll add that much, another 2 cups or something like that, you know? Basically 2 to 1 or something like that. And we'll mix it around, give it a good mix. Then we'll take a rag and we'll start rubbing it in. You know, rubbing this thick girl. Gotta do what you gotta do. Alrighty. So now it's ready to go. Now we'll take I use a microfiber cloth, and then we'll go ahead and start rubbing it in. So here we have the seat from the Yamaha Blaster that we will be recovering with the seat that I bought off of eBay. I paid 20 bucks for this thing, and this thing covers all the seats from any year on the Yamaha Blasters. So I'm gonna uncover it, let it sit in the sun a little bit, let it be a little bit more stretchier, and then we're just gonna recover right over this one. Alrighty, let's get into the time lapse. Also, we'll be using this kind of gun. Has little staples in there, if anybody's interested. Alrighty guys, so here it is. The seat cover is all tight. No bubbles, no nothing. So you have to let it sit in the sun, or use a heat gun if it's cold outside. Got it all stapled down. Only tools you'll need is a knife and a staple gun. So there it is. This West Coast seat cover is on. So guys, I just adjusted the clutch. On this quad, the clutch was really loose. It would only grab like probably from here to here. It was just floating. So here I have the right side of the case taken off, so you can see the clutch pads, and the adjustment screw is right here. So basically what you do is you unscrew the 10mm screw. You unscrew it, make it loose, but don't take it off all the way. And then the center is a Phillips, and then you will turn it and it will adjust. So as you can tell right there, see that little pointy arrow looking stamp piece of it? This is where the cable attaches, right here. The cable attaches to that part, and the little pointy arrow is supposed to align with that arrow right there. So that arrow on the case, as you can see, if it'll focus right there, there's an arrow on the case. And let me get to the other side. Right there, this is the part, and this piece at the edge right there, there's a arrow on there, and it's supposed to match up with that case little line on there. And you adjust it by twisting that center piece shaft, and there's a ball in between there, and it adjusts it by putting pressure on here with your finger and making sure that is exactly where it's supposed to align with that part right there, and basically creating force that way with your finger and making sure that it aligns with that. And then you just lock this 10mm bolt, and then it's good to go. Hey guys, so here we are back with the unsuccessful rear fender. As you can see, where I mixed the ratio of the linseed oil and the acetone, and it didn't really work out for some reason in the rear plastic fenders, but where I did it on the front fenders, you can see where it worked out pretty good. So I had to think real fast and came up with this solution. So what I did was I grabbed me a red Scotch-Brite pad, and then I grabbed me a little spray bottle. I mixed it with some mildew soap and some hot water, and then I spray it on there so that way it wouldn't do any kind of like a burn marks or anything when you're rubbing. So that way it was always cooled with the water, acts like a cooling, and helps to sand. Also, before I started all this, since I already put down the linseed oil and the acetone mix on here, so what I had to do was I just had to use acetone and a clean rag, and I had to wipe everything down really good, remove all that. It creates like a barrier and a shiny sealant on here. So I removed that real quickly, and as you can tell, so far I cleaned off on this side, so it's back to raw looking. It looks really ugly. So I already started sanding this one, and it looks pretty good so far compared to that. So that's what we're going to do on the next one. And then after we're done, what we're going to do is do exact same thing with the linseed oil and the acetone. Then we're going to reapply the mix and create the shine just like that. So hopefully we'll do that. But before we add the shine on this plastic, I'm actually going to install all the stickers, because the surface is actually cleaned and prepped and really scuffed up and clean from any kind of oil and residue. So the stickers will actually, or the decals and the graphics will stick to the surface really good. And like right here, I already put the sealant on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put acetone and wipe it all off again. I'm going to add all the stickers, and then I'm going to add all the sealant or the mix, the linseed oil and the acetone, and we'll do that after we install the stickers, because the stickers have a little film on top, so we can go right over the stickers and still be all right, because then we'll just peel the film off the stickers or the decals. So once we get to the stage, I'll show you the process, and there we have it. So I'll probably put into time lapse, and we'll finish this one all the way. I have a few little spots that I still want to sand down just a little bit, and then we'll hop onto that side, and we'll completely sand this down. So that's how this fender looked like. So we'll do the same to this side, and I'm super pumped. It's actually really working. So the key is to actually having the soap on this red Scotch pad, and I'm not sure what grit this is, but I believe this is like a 700 or 800 grit, but it's the red Scotch pad. So I'm sure different Scotch pads would work. See how it's collecting all the dust inside that when I shake it? So it's actually doing a lot of work, and it's embedded inside here, so it's good to shake it out every once in a while. But like I said, the soap and the water is the key mix right here. That's what I have in here. But whatever you prefer, give it a shot, and you'll have pretty decent results like this. So let's go ahead and hop on to the finishing. So here it is. Finally got the blaster all put back together. So we got the shock covers on, and we got the decals on. We got the plastics all shined back up with the linseed oil and the acetone mix. And I even put some on the regular plastics right there, and it shined that up too. And I put it on the seat. It gave it a good shine also. And looks pretty good. Look at the plastics, pretty good and shined up. Decals came on good. Seat cover looks real good after a few days being on. Nice and tight, firm, just the way I like it. And the plastics look really good. I'm actually really surprised. This is actually the first time I actually going through this full process and making it look the way it's supposed to be. Sanding with the Scotch pad with some soapy water. I had some soapy water that's mildew removing and stuff like that, so it helped clean up the dirt and stuff like that. So the plastics turned out really good right there. Stickers, I think these stickers match pretty good. Brakes work, everything works on this thing. So I'm pretty surprised how the plastics are all original. They're not painted, so we were able to save the plastics and make them look pretty good. And I'm super pumped. The rims look pretty good too, so everything's turning out to be pretty nice. It has an aftermarket handlebar. I'm not sure what kind it is, what's it from. If anybody knows, leave it in the comments. Still got the original key, Yamaha key. It's got the front lights. It looks very solid. Everything runs, everything works on this thing. Super pumped. So if you guys learned something from this, leave in the comments that it worked for you or not. I'm not sure how long this coating and shine lasts, but I know for one thing, you can reapply it and boom, you're back at it again. So, and it's really simple, really cheap, and gets you back in style, and your bike is show quality. So let's go. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Hit the post notification bell so that way you can be notified when I'll be posting. Alrighty. And stay tuned for more. Peace. Alrighty, here's the Yamaha Blaster. So here we'll give it a cold start. Pull the choke. Gas on. Key on. It's even got a key. Alright, turn off the gas. Here you have it. Starts first kick when you pull the choke. Alright, hope you guys enjoy it.